In a small quiet town, there lived a young woman named Anya. Her dream was not just to play the violin, but to make it sing with a voice that could stir the soul. She idolized the great virtuosos, whose performances seemed to shine with an effortless, solar brilliance. Anya would watch their videos, her heart aching with a mixture of admiration and despair. "I will never be that good," she'd sigh to her old mentor, Maestro Ravi. "They shine so brightly. I just feel ordinary." Maestro Ravi, a man of few words, but profound wisdom, simply pointed to a poster on his wall. It featured a majestic image of the sun and the quote by A.P.J. Abdul Kalam, "If you want to shine like the sun, you must first burn like the sun." Anya read it, but the meaning felt distant, like a theoretical puzzle. "Begin," the maestro said. "Burn." So she began. And the burning started almost immediately. It was the burn of frustration. Her fingers, clumsy and uncooperative, could not find the notes. Screeches and squeaks replaced the melodies in her head. She practiced scales until her fingertips were raw and blistered. Each blister was a tiny, painful ember. It was the burn of sacrifice. While her friends went to movies and parties, Anya was in her room, her bow dancing across the strings under the lonely glow of her desk lamp. She missed birthdays, outings, and lazy afternoons. The fun she gave up was fuel for the internal fire. It was the burn of humiliation. At her first recital, her nerves got the better of her. She fumbled a passage, her piece falling into an awkward, silent abyss. The polite, scattered applause felt like a physical blow. The heat of shame on her cheeks was a searing flame. One evening, utterly defeated, she put her violin down. "It's no use, maestro," she said, tears in her eyes. "The burning is too much. It's just pain. There is no shine." Maestro Ravi picked up her violin. "You misunderstand the nature of the sun's burn, Anya. It is not a destructive fire. It is a nuclear fusion, a relentless, powerful process of transformation at its very core. Every moment of frustration is a particle of hydrogen fusing into helium. Every sacrifice releases immense energy. Every failure is not an extinguishing of the flame, but an intensification of the reaction." He handed the violin back to her. "Your blisters are callousing into strength. Your sacrifice time is compounding into skill. Your humiliation is forging a resilience that cannot be shaken. You are not being consumed by the fire, you are being forged by it." A switch flipped in Anya's mind. She looked at her raw fingers not as wounds, but as evidence of her effort. She saw her lonely hours not as isolation, but as incubation. She returned to her practice with a new ferocity. The burn was no longer something to endure, but something to lean into. She embraced the struggle, knowing that every aching muscle and every moment of doubt was a necessary part of the alchemy that would turn her from a girl with a violin into a musician with a voice. Years passed. Anya was now the soloist for a major symphony orchestra. As she walked onto the grand stage, the spotlight found her. She saw 1,000 faces in the darkness, waiting. She lifted her violin to her chin, and as she drew the bow across the strings, something miraculous happened. The music that flowed out was not just notes. It was light. It was warmth. It was emotion made audible. It filled the hall, touching every single person, holding them captive in its radiant, beautiful embrace. In that moment, she was not just playing music, she was shining. And she knew with absolute certainty that the glorious, brilliant light she was now giving to the world was born from every single moment she had spent in the fire.